Okay. Now, Ms. Patton, I'm going to approach a bench and show you State's Exhibit 27, okay?
Okay.
And actually, Your Honor, at this time, counsel has agreed to allow me to introduce a paper version. This is Exhibit 27. This is a self-authenticating document. It is the July 29th, 1998 request for dismissal of Melissa Wolfenbarger. It is a certified document which has been provided to the defense, and I would enter that into evidence at this time.
Mr. McDermott?
No objection.
Okay, Exhibit 27 is admitted.
Okay. Now, Ms. Patton, you were testifying to the July 29th date, in particular, the instance in which the judge allowed Melissa to speak with Christopher. And your testimony is that you were present for that?
Yes,
Okay.
I was.
All right. Now, I am publishing State's Exhibit 27. Do you see the document listed petitioner's dismissal?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is that actually the document that Melissa signed requesting the court to dismiss the battery charges against the defendant on that date?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is it your testimony that this happened, this request for dismissal and the signature of Melissa happened after the defendant requested the opportunity to speak? I believe your testimony was along with her.
I'm confused.
Okay. You recall testifying as to that July 29th date when you were in court with your daughter?
I don't believe I testified.
Well, just before we went to lunch, just today. Okay.
Okay.
Do you remember being in court with your daughter?
I remember being in court, yes.
Do you remember your daughter speaking with the defendant after talking with the judge?
Yes.
And do you recall the case being dismissed after that?
I wasn't clear on the case being dismissed.
Okay.
All I was really aware of is that I left the courthouse alone. Melissa did not leave the courthouse with me.
Okay. All right. And that was on that 29th date. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. All right. You were talking about that July incident. At any point, did you go either pick Melissa up after that incident occurred?
No, sir.
How did you come into contact with Melissa after that July incident?
I didn't come into contact with Melissa after that July 29th. I turned the kids over to Kathy. Melissa was not with her when I gave the kids to Kathy. And
okay. Now, you talked about seeing Melissa somewhere around 4 or 5 times during the year, on average during the year. Is that correct?
yes,
And would Melissa reach out to you and call Patton in the form of either calls or letters?
it was usually just her coming to the house.
What do you mean by that?
Well, she would, I would come home and maybe find pictures or where she had been there and left pictures of the babies.
Okay. All right. And what about birthdays? Would she
Okay.
reach out to you on your birthdays?
Oh, she always called me on my birthday, the holidays, and mine and her dad's anniversary. She always remembered the dates.
Would she write cards and send you cards as well?
Oh, yes. I got cards all the time.
Now, would she send cards to just you, or would she send them to anyone else?
Well, if it was just my birthday, it would be to me, but when it was an anniversary or something special like Valentine's Day, it would be me and Carl.
Is that what you were referring to when you were talking about, I guess, the differences between, say, Melissa and Tina?
Yes,
Okay. So your testimony is that you got accustomed to receiving a call or letter or card on important days.
right, always.
And do you remember a point in time when you stopped seeing or hearing, or when did it become a concern for you?
In September and October of 98, Melissa was in DeKalb County Jail. I found out that she'd been picked up for violation of probation. She was in the DeKalb County Jail, and I went to see her while she was locked up in September and October.
Okay. And so you went to the jail to see her?
Yes,
All right. What condition was she in when you went to the jail to see her?
Melissa's always been a really quiet child, so we just basically, trying to find out what her court date was going to be and that kind of thing. At that time, she told me that she wanted something special for Christmas. And I said, okay, what would you like? And she said, it's not something you can go out and buy, Mom. She says, you don't have to go out and buy it. And I said, okay. And she said, I want a picture of me and Pawpaw.
Okay. Who is Paw Paw?
Pawpaw was Carl's father.
All right.
And he passed away on one of the times that Melissa had run away.
Okay. I see. Okay. Did that have an impact on Melissa?
Yes,
All right. And is that why she wanted that photograph?
right. And she said that's all she wanted for Christmas.
Okay.
So I went and I found a picture of her and her pawpaw that I liked and I thought she would like. And I made it into an 8x10. And I wrapped it up to have it to give to her Christmas.
Okay. Did you ever get an opportunity to give that photograph that she asked you for?
Sure.
Did you ever get an opportunity to give Melissa that photograph?
No, I did not, because Christmas 1998, she didn't come. She didn't call.
Okay. Now, Ms. Patton, I'm going to hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibits 69. We start from chronological order. 67, 68, 69, and 7. Okay? We can take a look at these exhibits yourself, or if you recognize them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I'm going to hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1. Can you take a look at this exhibit and tell the court if you recognize State's Exhibit 1?
Yes, that's my baby girl.
Okay, is it a photograph of her?
Yes, it is.
Is that photograph representative of how Melissa looked at the time of her death?
No, sir.
And why not?
Because this was a photo that we went to Glamour Shots at South Lake Mall,
Okay.
just me and her.
And how old was Melissa at that time?
This, I think, I'm not sure, was probably 1997. So she would have been 20.
All right. So that roughly is about a year before you went missing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, the state will move to tender in evidence State's Exhibit 1.
Mr. McDermott?
No objection.
Okay, Exhibit 1 is admitted.
Okay. And as to State's Exhibits 67 through 70, are those in fact the cards that you received from your daughter?
Yes, sir.
And the, copies of the cards, are those
Right.
accurate copies of the cards that you received?
Yes.
Your Honor, at the time, the state moved to introduce into evidence State's Exhibits 67, 68, 69, and 70.
Mr. McDermott?
No objection.
Okay.
Permission to publish?
7, 68, 69, and 70 are admitted, and yes, you may publish them.
Thank you. Oh, okay. We're going to start publishing State's Exhibit 1. And can you tell the court what we're looking at?
That's this photo right here.
Okay. And who is that on that photograph?
Melissa?
And is that who we've been talking about here this morning?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is that the same person that ultimately disappeared in December 1998?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 67. And you were testifying as to cards that you would receive from your daughter. Can you tell us what we're looking at that's being published from State's Exhibit 67?
It's a card addressed to me that I got for my birthday.
All right. And what's the date indicated on that card? You see that? Do you see the month?
February.
All right. And you see the year that was sent?
Yes, 1997.
Okay. And that appears to be that same year that we had the glamour shots photo in Exhibit 1?
I believe so.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 68. Now, Exhibit 8 is being published now. Can you tell us Exhibit 68 is being published. Can you tell us what we're looking at?
That is anniversary card that Melissa sent to me and her dad.
Okay. And did she also include a written note?
Yes, she did.
Can you read that into the record?
Happy anniversary. This year, I'm going to take you out to lunch. My only day off is June 6th. Meet us there at 11:45 to 12 o'clock at Ryan's. You and Dad can bring JC and Kimberly.
Okay. And when we're talking about Dad, is she referring to Carl Patton?
Yes,
And is this a card from just Melissa, or is there anyone else included on this card?
she signed it Melissa, Chrissy, and Joey.
Okay. And who are those persons?
Chrissy is Christina, and Joey is Joseph.
Okay. Those your grandchildren?
Yes.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 69. Can you tell us what we're looking at?
That's Father's Day card to her dad.
Okay. And can you read into the record the top part of the front of the card on the left?
For a dad who means so much.
All right.
You want me to read the rest of it?
No, that's fine. Thank you. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of State's Exhibit 69. And is there anything written at the top corner of that exhibit?
Father's Day,
All right. And who is that addressed to?
Carl Patton.
And who is he?
He is Melissa's dad.
Okay. All right. And last, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 70. Exhibit 70 is being published. Can you tell us what we're looking at?
That is Mother's Day to me.
All right. And is that in 97 as well?
Yes, it is.
All right. I'm going to scroll down to the end of State's Exhibit 70. And do you see a handwritten note from Melissa?
Next Wednesday, May 14th, I would like to take you and Daddy out for lunch. I'll give you your Mother's Day present then.
Okay. Now, so when you're testifying as to the ways that your daughter Melissa would keep in contact with you, is that what you've been talking about? You know, the exhibits represented in 67 and 70.
Yes, sir.
6 through 7. Okay. So we get to December, and you do not hear anything from Melissa.
Right.
When do you start to take action, or when do you start to do something related to that?
I was really upset that I hadn't heard from her and she didn't call Christmas Day and she didn't come. So I started worrying immediately. It took me until my birthday to convince her dad that something was wrong, that
Okay. So his birthday's
to my birthday.
okay. And that would have been around February,
That was February, yes.
99.
Yes.
All right. What do you do when you start to, and when we get to February,
Well,
what happens then?
We start trying to find her.
What
no.
do you do to try to find her?
I believe after my birthday, we went to Brookline Street in Atlanta to where her and Chris were living. And when we got there, the house was empty. Nobody was living
Okay.
in the house.
All right. And at any point, do you make any attempts to contact law enforcement?
Not right away. I did when another month or so, I guess. It actually took me till the whole year of 1999 to be able to convince everybody that something was wrong.
Okay. When you say everybody, who are you trying to talk to?
Just friends and family and
Okay. Was it, had there ever been a period of time when you had gone without speaking to Melissa? Like when you're talking about December to your birthday in February, had you ever gone that long without talking to her?
no,
Okay.
no. That was the longest time frame that I hadn't talked to her.
All right. What is the first law enforcement agency that you attempted to contact?
Atlanta.
Okay. And did you speak to someone at the Atlanta Police Department?
I did, and they told me.
Well,
but
you can't say what they said. That's fine. Did you go to any other law enforcement agencies?
yes,
What agency was that?
that would be Henry County.
Okay. So if we're trying to orient, a time frame, and
Right.
and then we're in 1999, and this is the year that you're going into the different agencies. Can you tell us around what time of year you start with Atlanta Police Department?
It was probably in the spring. It was somewhere around in the springtime.
And how many times do you attempt to make contact with them?
Well, when I contacted them about it, they didn't want to, the person I spoke to, I don't know who it was, they told me because she was married and she was over 18 and, you know, she was 21 at the time, so.
Okay. At what point did you go to Henry County?
Henry County, because we talked to a friend of ours and told him that we couldn't find Melissa, and what suggestions he could do to help us find her.
Okay. Did you make any attempts to contact the district attorney's office?
No,
Okay. At any point did you do that?
no.
All right. What other efforts did you do to look for Melissa during that period, in addition to going to different agencies?
Well, when we went to Brookline Street, one of the neighbors told us that Chris was working at the glass company. So we went over there and Carl went in.
And you can't say what anybody told you. Were you able to locate the defendant at that glass company?
No,
Okay. All right. At any point, did you meet with any lead detectives from the Atlanta Police Department after an investigation was open?
I'm confused.
Are you familiar with Detective Calhoun?
Yes,
Who is Detective Calhoun?
he was the name and number that I was given to contact when in 2003 when Melissa was finally identified.
Okay. And at that time, was it your understanding that he was a lead detective on that case?
Yes,
All right. And did you in fact contact that detective?
yes, I did.
All right. And did you provide information and conduct interviews with that detective?
Yes,
All right. And at any point did you conduct any interviews with the medical examiner's office?
as when I went and met with Detective Calhoun, he immediately took us to the medical examiner. He took me to the medical examiner's office.
What happened when you went to the medical examiner's office?
They basically took my sample,
What do you mean by that?
cheek swab.
Okay. All right. So you gave a DNA sample that day?
Yes,
All right. And what was the purpose of that?
to verify that it was Melissa.
Okay. All right. And at any point, you familiar with Kathy Wolfenbarger?
Yes, sir.
Who is Kathy Wolfenbarger?
She's Chris's mother.
Okay. What's your relationship like? And I'm referring you back to that period of time when Melissa was alive. What was your relationship like with Kathy Wolfenbarger?
The few times that I saw Kathy was when she brought Melissa and the babies to my house for Christmas.
Okay. When did you first meet her?
When Melissa and Chris started running away.
Okay. Was that before they were married?
Yes,
All right. And did you ever make any attempts to contact Miss Kathy Wolfenbarger looking for your daughter?
and when we couldn't find Melissa in 1999, I caught Kathy pulling it in her driveway and getting out of the car with the two babies, Christina and Joey.
Okay. What did you do after that?
I pulled in the driveway. She immediately sent the two babies into the house. And when I got out of my car and walked up to her, I asked her where Melissa was.
Okay. All right. Was that successful in locating your daughter, Melissa?
No,
All right. You had previously testified that Melissa would write letters to you.
yes,
And would Melissa ever give you any insight as to what her life was like with Kathy Wolfenbarger and Kimberly Cambron?
basically that in order for her to get any time with Christina, that she had to get up early in the morning and take the kids before Kathy got up there.
Okay. I'm going to hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 71. Tell the court if you recognize this exhibit.
Yes, sir.
How do you recognize that exhibit?
It's one of the notes that I got home and found on my door.
And do you recognize the handwriting on that exhibit?
Yes, it is Melissa's.
Okay. How many times would you say you'd seen Melissa's handwriting?
Too many to count?
Okay. Is it more than 5?
Yes,
More than 10?
yes,
And when she would send you the cards as I've entered in 67 through 70, would she often write in her own handwriting as she did on those exhibits?
yes,
And are those exhibits representative of what you actually turned over to our office?
yes,
But in terms of the number, did you provide substantially more cards from your daughter? So there are 4 cards that you were shown.
yeah,
Have more cards than that.
yeah, I believe so.
All right. Okay. And is it your testimony, or are you able to say, based off of your experience viewing Melissa's handwriting, that that is in fact Melissa's handwriting
Yes,
depicted on State's Exhibit 71?
yes,
Your Honor, this time the state moved to tender in evidence, State's Exhibit 71.
Mr. McDermott?
No objection.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to turn your attention to back page on this exhibit.
70, forgive me, I forgot to say 71 is admitted.
Did Melissa ever write to you and talk about Kathy? Did she ever write to you and talk about Kathy Wolfenbarger?
yes,
Did she ever write to you and talk about Kathy and her children,
yes,
your grandchildren?
yes,
On State's Exhibit 71, are you able to read her handwriting?
yes.
Okay, can you start right here and right here? Just start right there and read that into the record.
But Kimberly and I get along pretty good. Every time she hears her mom say something about me, she sticks up for me and tells me about it. I remember telling that Kathy said that she wishes me and Chris would move away. Kimberly says to her that if we moved, we would take Chrissy with us. Kathy said, no, she won't either. And Kimberly, she is their daughter. Then Kathy said, no, she isn't. If someone said that about you, you would get mad. So did I. I told Chris, and Chris got mad. When Kathy asked to take Chrissy off, Chris said no. She better be here when I get back. Kathy got mad, and I laughed.
Now, based on that letter and your conversation that you had with Melissa, was it your impression that Melissa wanted to turn her children over to Kathy Wolfenbarger?
No,
Was it your impression that Melissa wanted to permanently give up her custody of her children to Kathy Wolfenbarger?
no,
Did Melissa ever say that?
No,
And your testimony is that 7 days after that July attack in 1998, Melissa asked for the case to be dismissed on July 29th. Is that your testimony?
yes,
And is that also the date that your grandchildren went back with Kathy Wolfenbarger?
yes,
Okay. Now, you mentioned in 2003 that you made contact with lead detective Alton Calhoun. Was that when Melissa's remains were identified?
yes.
Okay. Was there anything else that happened in 2003 of significance?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
Melissa's father was arrested.
Okay. What was he arrested for?
He was arrested for murder.
All right. And was there a name associated with your husband, Carl Patton? Was there a nickname associated with him?
Yes.
And what is that nickname?
His nickname was Hot Shot.
A nickname, another nickname specifically, a national nickname associated with your husband. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And what is that name?
The Flint River murders.
Okay. All right. And so you're familiar with that name?
Yes.
All right. Now, we're talking about 2003 when your husband is arrested and the remains are identified. Are you familiar with Bruce Jordan?
Yes.
All right. Was he the investigator that worked on that case?
Yes.
All right. And did you get an opportunity to meet Bruce Jordan?
Yes, I did.
Where did that meeting take place?
In my dining room.
All right. Was there anyone else present in your dining room when that happened?
I believe the original investigator on the Flint River murders was there.
Okay. Where was Carl Patton at that time?
They had taken him out.
All right. Now, had they arrested you as well at this time?
No, I was not under arrest.
Okay. And at any point, did you make any request
Yes,
after
I
Carl
did.
Patton was arrested?
Yes.
What was that request?
Bruce Jordan wanted me to help him and to talk to him about what Carl had done. And I told him if he wanted my help, that he needed to find my daughter
Okay.
because she was missing.
Okay. And so that request in 2003, and then you have the subsequent identification of the remains in that same year. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
How soon, if you can recall, how soon do we have that interview to where we get the identification?
Carl was arrested on the morning of February 23rd, and I was told on March 17th that Melissa had been found and ID'd.
Okay. What did you do after that?
I'm not understanding the question.
Okay. After you found out about the identity of the remains, did you know where the remains were located?
Yes, he told me they were in Atlanta.
Okay. Did you know where in relationship to the Brookline residence those remains were?
I was given the address of Avon Avenue.
Okay. All right. And did you also know that that was the same location where the defendant worked? Were you aware of that?
I did not realize it at that time.
Okay.
It was not until I met with Detective Calhoun and he took me to where she was found.
Okay. Now, going back to the request that you made of the detectives, did that end that investigation for you? Did you have to resolve any criminal cases yourself related to that Carl Patton homicide?
Yes, I did.
And-
I had to testify against him and tell them, answer their questions.
Okay. And so you testified against Carl Patton?
Yes, I did.
All right. One moment, Judge.
Sure. We had discussed the timing of today, and I think now's as good a time as any,
Yes, Judge, yes.
unless you have some, okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so for first thing I'm going to do is